This is the Missouri Times MOLEG Podcast with Jake and Rachael and sometimes Kelton since 2014.
Welcome into this week's edition of the MOLEG podcast from March 22nd through 27th. I am joined, as always, by my lovely co-host, Rachael Herndon. Rachael, thank you for taking the time again.
Thanks for having me.
You're just putting up with me so much lately, and I
I'm
really
putting up
appreciate
with a lot lately.
Well, so is the legislature. Got a lot of things going on this week.
They're doing things. Tell me what happened.
Well, this isn't really the state legislature, but this does affect the legislature in
Yes.
Congress. Sam Graves has announced his retirement. This state has a lot to owe to Sam Graves. He is a formidable figure in our politics and has been one of the biggest lifelines that this state has in D.C. I just want to read something a little quick from his post that he did. For 8 years in the Missouri House and Senate, I fought for Northwest Missourians, from deregulating vehicle inspections to standing up for Chan gangs, to securing funding for rural schools in the desegregation fight. I never lost sight of why I was sent to Jefferson City. For 26 years, I've had the privilege of serving, culminating, and becoming the chair of the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, and passing some of the most significant legislation in our nation's history. Later, he went on to say, at the end of the day, I'm still a farmer from Northwest Missouri. You'll find me back home on the farm nearly every weekend. After all, it's planting season. In fact, I'll probably be on the tractor this weekend, and come Monday, I'll be heading back through Kansas City on my way to D.C. to keep doing the job you sent me here to do. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. It's been the honor of a lifetime. It's actually very touching to hear that, because Sam is, again, one of the most influential people in the state. I think probably the most influential.
He's been very influential in Washington, D.C. He was the chairman of the Aviation Committee for the longest time. Obviously, he's a pilot. He's a cool guy. I love that his signage is John Deere themed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just a genuine, consistent person. I appreciate that.
Yes, and the Graves family has been just tremendous for this state.
That's true.
But Sam is really leaving a legacy that will be very difficult to fulfill.
Those will be big shoes. Who are we thinking about?
Well, there's some possible contenders. There is currently one contender who is out right now. That is Chris Stigall, a radio host from Northwest Missouri. Very big in the conservative radio host scene. He is out today, saying that he will be running for the office. There's some rumors that he is currently the guy that Sam has handpicked to be his successor. I mean, if there's anybody out there that should be picking their successor, Sam Graves is one of the people that has absolutely the right to do it.
I mean, two things there. The row machine is very powerful, and
Yes.
like they have a lock on.
And that
Missouri.
district is the district that Axiom built and built Axiom.
It's
so.
true. Second thing, I would love to see multiple congresspeople from Missouri who are media.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Mark Alford's up there right now. He needs some more
Exactly.
media people.
It would be great.
But there's some others that are currently rumored. Maisie Christensen, somebody you're familiar with.
Yes, representative from Bethany, right?
I believe so. But Maisie Christensen is rumored to be strongly considered to run for that spot. Maisie should not be taken lightly.
No, and she worked with the Trump administration early. She is young. She has amazing experience, great connections already.
Yeah.
She has a lot of energy. I wouldn't count her out at all.
People who counted her out on her run for state rep had to eat several pairs of shoes and their hats probably that evening when she won that race. She is a very strong contender. She's young, energetic, like you pointed out. She could run a good race. And she's likely going to have Sophie Shore, a very talented consultant, on that campaign. And Sophie should never be doubted on her ability to get those races
I've been loving
done.
her work on new media. And
Yep.
I mean, that's
She has a good
huge
production.
district, so you
She's had a
gotta
good
be
production
modern.
team she's built up. She has a good slate of candidates that she's working with. I mean, Maisie is impressive, but Sophie is very, very impressive in that campaign
It
scene.
all comes down to the team you build.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Another one who is rumored currently is Kansas City Councilman Nathan Willett. Currently, he is filed to run to replace Senator Tony Luke DeMeyer in the 34th District in the state Senate. But Nathan right now is playing around with the idea of running for Congress. That'll be interesting. Nathan has a lot of the same connections that Chris is going to have coming into this. So it's going to be interesting to see how things play out. Nathan has very good chance, to come into the state senate and build himself a statewide career. But I mean, Nathan also has the potential to be a congressman if he wanted. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
I will say I've always loved being like in this chair because it's fun to watch people's careers develop and see leadership emerge. It's real good.
Yeah. There's another person, though, who's being
Hannibal's
rumored.
own.
Hannibal's own David Wassinger, lieutenant governor right now, is being rumored to consider it. I actually got an email this morning from a loyal reader of the Whispering Gallery saying that they heard Wassinger is very much interested in running, but we'll see.
This will be an entertaining primary. I'm looking forward to seeing the traffic in and out of the Secretary of State's office over the next week.
Yes, but one person we can say is not in is the 34th state senator for Missouri, and that is Senator Tony Luetkemeyer, whom would have been a very strong contender and would have had every right to been able to pursue that path. I mean,
I
he
want
would
to
have
see
been
Truman, the dog, go to Washington.
yes, with baby dog justice.
What? There's another dog?
Yes, so the state senate or the senator for West Virginia who replaced Joe Manchin is West Virginia's former governor. I think
West
it's Jim
Virginia
Justice.
is an interesting political world, but I'm glad to hear they have dogs.
Yes, Jim Justice is hang on.
No pressure.
Yes, Jim Justice is the state senator. I'm going to show Rachael. You guys can't see it. You guys can look it on your own. That is Jim Justice.
Okay.
And now let's look at Baby Dog, which is the dog's name.
Oh.
Let me see here. That is Baby Dog Justice.
Oh, Baby Dog's has an official portrait.
Yes. Baby Dog Justice has been his dog since he was the governor. So,
That
and then
looks
he
like
ran, yep.
A good baby.
And then he ran for Senate, and now Baby Dog Justice is like the formidable dog in Washington D.C. Here's Baby Dog Justice
Do you remember
with Jim at a
when
hearing.
former State Senator Bill Stouffer ran for Secretary of State and he had his dog Duke? Do you remember Duke?
I do
He
not.
was on billboards.
Another Baby Dog Justice.
Now, I'm not saying I could be swayed by a dog, but my vote could totally be swayed by a dog.
But Truman would be a great addition to D.C. But
Truman's
Senator
a good
Luetkemeyer announced this morning that he will not be seeking that congressional race. I think Senator Luetkemeyer has had a very strong career. He's been a very formidable senator and just all around fantastic guy.
Absolutely.
And I think now that he's got the new baby, that I think has become his priority to spend more time with the family. But yeah, I think he would have been a formidable candidate, but he's opting into going with the easy life and going back to family.
Good for him. Good
Yeah,
for him.
not enough people get that option.
But this is gonna be a lit primary. I'm excited for you.
So we do have a note though on the filing day. You guys over at the Secretary of State's office have
So there's been a
some
lot of
caveats
questions.
to this.
Yeah, a lot of questions. So what does this mean? Because candidate filing does end March 31st. However, a note: if a candidate withdraws on Friday or Monday or Tuesday, then that office that they withdraw from will have candidate filing open again for anybody to file starting on the next week, Tuesday through Friday. A candidate can also withdraw after the last day of candidate filing in writing all the way through May 26th. And if that happens between April 1st and May 26th, and it's the incumbent or the only candidate for the office candidate filing, will open for 5 business days. Unless it's a full moon.
A full moon.
That's a joke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So that'll be very
If
interesting.
Leo is
that
in
could,
retrograde, it's completely different.
I didn't understand that, but I do know that an ex-girlfriend or somebody told me I'm a Leo. I don't know what that means, but
You're a Leo.
Are we the same or
Yes.
something? Yeah, because we're August birthdays.
Yes.
You, me, and
Leos
I
are
think
the best.
and Stephanie Bell.
Yes.
So we've got
We'll talk
3
about her soon,
fantastic
too.
August birthdays. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting race. I mean, we're obviously seeing a lot of potential in the CD5 race right now. That's currently the big hot topic is the congressional district there. There's been a lot of changes coming for this midterm election. Senator Travis Fitzwater leaving SD10, that's a big shakeup. Sarah Graff leaving the 18th race, that's a huge shakeup.
This is very mobile and fluid.
Yeah. This midterms is going to be very, very interesting to watch.
It's going to be a wonderful
And
experience.
it's going to be
for
fun
you.
to cover. It's going to be fun to cover. But yeah, moving on from that big
What
news.
did the state Senate do?
The state Senate saw a very busy week and very productive week. They passed out 21 bills this week. I will say, you know, the state Democrats, they've been holding their own and slowing things down, but even then, the state Senate has seen a very productive agenda, and they've been getting a lot done. They passed out 2 bills on
They just
Monday.
needed that spring break.
They did. I think they did. We'll see how things go next week. 2 bills on Monday, and then they also passed out 8 consent bills, and then 10 bills on Wednesday and 1 bill on Thursday.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Lots of fun stuff this week. They were all generally pretty uncontroversial bills. I was told they wanted to ease back into things before they started throwing people into the fire
good.
again.
There is routine things that just have to get done.
Yeah. But next week, I'm told they're going to have some bigger controversial bills come up. So that'll be fun to watch.
Real strong.
Very interesting news out of the House Committee this week. The renewed push to revive Missouri's Second Amendment Preservation Act, also known as SAPA, hit a roadblock this week as a House Committee vote voted it down in a very rare bipartisan rebuke. The measure failed 9-3, with several Republicans joining Democrats in opposition, citing concerns over legal risks, impact on gun dealers, and pushback from law enforcement. Critics argued that the bill could once again expose the state to costly litigation and create conflicts between state and federal law. There's actually this fantastic Chuck. Did you see Chuck Hatfield's tweet on this?
Which one?
Well,
that one? No.
Yeah, so there was an article about this, and he retweeted. He said, "Costly litigation, you say?"
You know, at least his brand consistent.
Chuckles from Kelton over there. Chuck could be getting his 10th pool if he were brought on this case. But that is a very rare move to see a bill like that being killed.
Like the House that I covered was how pro Second Amendment can you be?
Yeah,
So
but
this is interesting to me to see. This is not the House I know.
There's been a lot of Republicans who have been coming out because they've been getting feedback on social media about this vote, and they've been coming out explaining their vote. And I think there's some common sense arguments to be made against it. For years now, Democrats have been arguing that there needs to be some gun reforms because the biggest supporters of the gun reforms are the FOP and the police. So the Republicans are in a very interesting position here.
Yes.
But the proposal, if you are not aware of the history of SAPA, the proposal was the latest attempt to rework a law struck down by federal courts. Earlier, Rachel was asking me if this was already in effect, but no, it was struck down by the federal courts, so they've been trying to bring it back.
So do we have constitutional carry in the state of Missouri right now?
I think we do, actually. Kelton, can you fact check that? I believe we do.
I'm curious.
But
And probably some of our watchers and listeners.
yeah.
Because, actually, we need to talk about that because I had a few people, they've gotten used to listening on Apple Podcasts, and they were like, I don't see you. I'm like, oh, well, it's on YouTube.
Well, you can go to
So
YouTube
if
because
you
now
wanna
we have
see
cameras.
us, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, if you want to see, well, I'm not very pretty, but if you want to see Rachel's beautiful face, which she looks great today,
I'm
very
having
mysterious.
a great hair day.
You can go to YouTube and you can watch this with cameras. But if you just want to listen to us because of my dulcet tones, you can go to Spotify or Apple. So, or if you want to go to YouTube and just not look at it, that's fine too.
That's an option.
I've told that's what people do at the Daily because they don't want to see Scott, but they do want to hear his
No,
beautiful
that's exactly
radio
what I
voice.
do.
Scott has a good radio voice, I'll say. So, but particularly within the GOP, currently the SAPA argument or debate going on signals that there's issues that remain far from settled, even as supporters vow to keep pushing it in the Senate or in future sessions.
Have Moms Deserved Action come out to protest yet? Have they had their day of action?
I don't know yet.
They
Usually
usually turn out pretty strong.
Usually you know when they're there because they're always yelling about stuff.
Yes.
And I have sympathy with the issue, but
They have some pretty solid things to yell about.
they do. But some other big news out of the House, they passed the budget.
Amazing.
The budget that they passed taps into the surplus to close to $2 billion deficit, or to close the $2 billion deficit. State colleagues, or colleges, not colleagues, I'm not illiterate, I promise. State colleges and universities face big challenges in the state funding under the $50.3 billion budget for state operations in the coming fiscal year. The budget also includes $60 million for expanded private school voucher program.
I saw a lot of changes at the last minute? There was some funding that was put back in?
Yes, we had some notes on that in the Whispering Gallery this week covering it. The budget comes in about $1.7 billion below Governor Kehoe's request as lawmakers begin adjusting to tighter fiscal environments and to wind down of surplus and federal dollars that have kept the state floating for the last couple budgets. These were the biggest
good practice
flashpoints.
before they cut the income tax.
They do need good practice cutting, but they're having a struggle figuring out what to cut. Currently, the biggest flashpoints from the budget that the House has approved, the foundation formula is funded at current levels, but still roughly $190 million short of full funding. Governor Kehoe has his modernization program currently looking at ways to fix the foundation formula, which rightfully so. It is an older model, but still a lot of concern about that. I'm going to guess Senator Huff is going to raise some concerns about that when it comes to the floor, and he will probably remind us that he used to be the appropriations chair, which he tends to be doing now when he waves his quill. Have you seen those yet?
Is he actually using a quill?
He has two quills, and he has an inkwell.
Okay,
And
that's wonderful.
I think he either said on the floor or he said to colleagues that he is going to be getting a barrel of ink because he's going to be writing a lot of his amendments in the next couple weeks.
I recently got to see the United States Senate markup of the Bill of Rights.
That was at Kansas City, wasn't it?
was. It
Did
was
Harper
very cool.
enjoy it?
She did not.
We'll talk more about that later at the Show Me 250.
It's okay. I told her, I was like, we'll come back to it. You'll appreciate this someday.
But there was there was 51 million cut to childcare subsidies that drew bipartisan concerns. Childcare advocacy groups were up there this week protesting that. And a major shift to a per-student higher ed funding model sparked warnings it could significantly reduce funding for smaller institutions. Some of those being, one of the big ones being Truman.
Oh.
So that will be very interesting to see going forward. There were a few areas of agreement. Lawmakers restored $80 million in disability service funding. That's what you were referring to earlier, Rachel. Revising proposed cuts, or reversing proposed cuts, and marking one of the few bipartisan bright spots in the process. But basically the bottom line is that the era of easy budgeting is over. Now it's...
Hold on.
Now it's...
Was the budget ever easy?
Well, I would say when you had a lot of the federal dollars coming in from COVID, I think it was relatively...
That made it a little
I think it was
easier.
relatively easy. The House always likes to throw their hands up and say, the sky's falling down on us, it's over. And the Senate took a little bit of an easier approach to things. Senator Huff took kind of if we have the money, we need to invest it now sort of approach. The House was always, well, we need to keep this in the bank.
Have you ever heard of the Hancock Amendment?
They keep talking about it, and
Isn't that funny?
they keep talking about it. I'm real curious what it says.
More about that next week.
But the budget's out,
The budget's out.
and now
onto
over to the Senate. Yes, which
It's
is going to be
a
very
barn
interesting.
burner.
Yes. In other news, the tip sheet is out. We had a great episode with Aaron Baker yesterday.
He's always wonderful.
And by yesterday, I mean on Thursday about that. Baker and I went down the tip sheet and talked about the races. If you're concerned I said bad things about your race, I assure you I didn't. If you're concerned Baker may have said bad things about your race, I would go and listen.
That's a wonderful way to market that.
No, Baker's always fun. I told him on camera, I said, Baker is one of the best people to get life advice from because he's always so direct about it. Like, if
Yes.
you want life advice from Baker, he's the best person because he will give it straight and honest and blunt.
He is efficient.
Yes.
We have several of the same systems. Like we have ways we prefer communication. We get along.
But that was out, and that episode is up if you want to watch that, or if you want to go read the tip sheet. But if you want to listen to me and Baker talk about it, definitely visit our YouTube page and find that. What's going on? We got some information about the governor's proposed A to F school report. What's going
So
on there,
how's
Rachel?
that going?
Oh, well, the bill to implement Governor Kehoe's proposed A to F school report card got a mixed response Tuesday before the Senate Education Committee. The bill currently in the House is being sponsored by Dane Deal, but also is I believe it was originally sponsored by JP and Dane Deal. By JP, I mean Speaker John Patterson.
Right.
But I believe Dane is the primary carrier of it right now.
So what was the pushback? Like a simple system that's easy to understand seems like a good idea.
Yeah, so, well, basically the system would mandate that the State Board of Education implement an accountability report card system for public schools. It'd be a way for parents to see how their school district or their school in their local area is doing on a report card scale. So basically what you do with students with grades and various courses.
Currently it's not very digestible. You need someone like me to digest it for you.
Yeah. So the system, if implemented, would grade every institution on a 1 to 100 scale, simplified to an A to F letter grade. If you want to know more about this, the Missouri Times has an article covering this issue in depth. The grading system would apply to both charter and traditional public schools, according to the bill. From what I understand,
Would it apply to private schools as well, or just charter?
I believe charter and public is what it is now.
Interesting. Okay.
There might be something later for public or for private schools. I would assume there could be some sort of amendment on there. But basically, a lot of the concern I heard is the usual, teacher union crowd, who are not happy with any form of school reform. I say that as somebody who has nothing against public schools, but I do think teachers unions need to kind of get their act together. We'll keep it from there. We'll keep from going there.
There's people in my family who will watch this, so I can't say anything.
Yeah,
so that's going to be a.
Well, there's nobody in my family in a teachers union, so I'm happy to diss the teachers unions.
But it is interesting. There's several major educational reform proposals at the same time. It's a lot. It's a lot.
This I think will be the first step towards Governor Kehoe's full examination of the education program here in the state. So we'll see. I think this is a bill that could pass this year, though.
I'm excited to see what happens next.
But next, an ad from our sponsor, from Lead Belt Strategies. This episode is brought to you by Lead Belt Strategies. If you've ever run for office or even thought about it, you know one thing fast. Fundraising isn't just part of the campaign, it is the campaign. That's where Lead Belt Strategies comes in. Founded by Casey Burns after over a decade of running state and federal campaigns across the Midwest, Lead Belt was built to solve one of the toughest problems candidates face. That is, raising money they need to win. What sets Lead Belt apart? It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Lead Belt develops customized fundraising strategies tailored to your specific race, your goals, and your network, combining smart campaign strategy with targeted donor outreach, and that actually delivers results. If you're serious about running and winning, you need fundraising team that knows the terrain. Lead Belt Strategies, tailored fundraising with real results.
Real strong.
Rachel, what's going on in the executive branch?
Well, Governor Kehoe has his first bill on his desk,
Ah.
SB 888.
Ooh, this is a big one.
Yes, so that's a big deal. I presume he will be doing something with that soon.
Yes,
got some time.
I'm going to guess he's going to sign. That was a priority of his this year.
Yes, it is interesting to me that such a ongoing controversial bill is one of the first ones to end up on his desk, though.
I think the first one that ended up on
Senator
his
Roberts need to come back.
yeah. I think the first one, I could be wrong. It feels like it's been forever ago, but I feel like the first one that we got on his desk was the St. Louis police plan last session. So that was another crime issue that got to his desk pretty quick. So that'll be interesting.
Imagine that.
Quintessential Kehoe, as you say.
Quintessential Kehoe. In the lieutenant governor's office, he's busy. I got to talk to Chris,
He has.
part of his team.
I haven't seen Chris Walker in some time. I keep telling him I need to go talk to him sometime.
He is a good egg.
I love Chris. He's
the
a great
lieutenant
guy.
governor partnered with the U.S. Department of Education for their History Rocks event at Northland Christian School, celebrating American and Missouri history and encouraging students to understand their role in preserving it for the next generation. Love that. He also spoke at the Lake of the Ozarks Convention and Visitors Bureau on the impact of tourism in Missouri, noting this could be the biggest tourism year yet with the World Cup, Route 66 turning 100, and the 150th anniversary of Tom Sawyer in Hannibal, obviously, and of course America 250. So that's awesome. You know, like of all the statewide office responsibilities, I feel like the tourism thing is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Good for Lieutenant Governor. He also spoke at a groundbreaking in St. Louis. Sentient Colors is making a $250 million expansion by they're the world's leading producer of natural food coloring.
Interesting.
Bringing 200 jobs to Missouri. This is obviously a big part of MAHA.
Yes.
So that's fun.
Yeah, that is very interesting. I didn't know that St. Louis was a hub for that.
Have you been watching RFK's social media?
No, I mean, if I need a laugh, Is the brainworm taking over still?
I don't know. So, Secretary of State Denny Hoskins, so the SAVE Act in Washington, D.C. was on the floor again this week. He's a big supporter of that, so that's a big deal, that getting momentum. Another thing that might have been newsworthy, the Missouri Supreme Court ruled in favor of Hoskins and in Luther v. Hoskins.
Yes,
This
and I
is the
loved
case-
his tweet.
Yes.
It was so great.
This is the case that challenged whether or not when or whenever the General Assembly can redistrict. And there was another tweet, Facebook post, whatever, from Mr. Hatfield.
Yes.
And or there was a quote in an article that he said, this answers one of the questions, not all of the questions. There are many more cases that
There
can't
are.
wait to see what happens next.
Yeah.
Of course, I mentioned earlier, but candidate filing does end March 31st, Tuesday.
Are you running for anything?
No. What? Are you?
No.
Are you old enough?
I could run for. I could run.
catcher?
I could run for House by the time my election would come around.
Oh. Well,
Kelton's running though. He's running for mayor of Columbia, I think.
but I've seen several additional candidates filed this week.
I just see his hat. Kelton, can you cut to your camera real quick so
I really can't-
so our audience on YouTube can
If
see
he's more
exactly what we're getting?
inspired-
My camera's
Inspired
on
by
right now.
Cartman, inspired by Al from Home Improvement.
What did you say, Kelton?
My camera's on right now,
Okay, good.
so they can't see you guys. They're looking right at my.
Okay, good. Yeah, so
back
we
of my monitors.
we see exactly what the audience is seeing. We just see Kelton's hat, which is really
It
hilarious.
just like moves, it bobs up and down.
when he
periodically.
wears that sock hat, he gets like his intelligence goes up by about 20 points.
I needed it this week. We had a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of
Is
tech
that
work to do.
impressive, or are we starting low?
Oh no,
No,
I'm
it's-
like whatever high IQ is, like 100.
I'm sorry, Colton.
And sometimes Kelton, as the theme
I
song
hope
says.
everyone loves our theme song. I
It's
worked
very
really
good.
hard on that.
It's very good. I enjoy it.
Missouri State Treasurer
yeah.
Vivek Malik,
No beard.
no beard.
Beardless Vivek.
He is traveling the state, though. He was at Moberly High School this past week to promote his financial literacy portal. April is Financial Literacy Month. The treasurer said he will be offering some tools and knowledge to help Missourians achieve long-term financial success through his portal. I love that. Now, State Auditor Fitzpatrick, very busy man, very busy man. So two things from him this week that I found intriguing. So, reading from St. Louis Public Radio, St. Louis's Troubled Building Division will face a state audit just a week after a former inspector was indicted.
Oh,
Missouri Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick announced the audit on Thursday, saying that his office found evidence of improper governmental activity after the federal indictment broke last week. Earlier this month, federal prosecutors revealed the indictments, alleging former St. Louis building inspector Banjo Papula steered.
is he a real person? Rachel, are you just pulling my leg? Is this a real guy?
This is from public radio.
But his first name is
I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I don't want to insult this recently indicted.
Adebanyo, Kelton.
So Banjo Papula steered
called Banjo.
$1.6 million in funds meant for the repair of decrepit city buildings. And that's a huge conversation in St. Louis right now, too, because they're trying to figure out how to
Yes.
do the tornado repair and all that.
Yeah, and Senator Roberts, a
yikes.
recurring character on this podcast, is trying to.
Unwittingly.
Yeah, I think he's still trying to push that historic preservation bill. So
That is, yeah. So that's interesting. So some St. Louis action there. And then also from Auditor Fitzpatrick, this is from KZRG, the Westview C6 School District will now receive a thorough review from Missouri State Auditor Fitzpatrick after an investigation by his office found a whistleblower complaint alleging inappropriate purchases by the former superintendent to be credible. Fitzpatrick's office met with school officials Tuesday to begin the performance audit that will look at the issues with the former superintendent. Yada yada. Here's the quote. Are you ready? There is a great deal of trust placed in school officials to use the funds provided to the district appropriately. In this case, it appears former Superintendent Missy Haley may have abused that trust by misusing the district's credit card to purchase items for herself and her family that include a wedding dress for her daughter, said Auditor Fitzpatrick. Our investigation has found enough to warrant a full audit that will dig into the details of what happened in the Westview C6 School District. Busy man. Busy man. And I love an audit. I really do. We want to see good government. We want to see people succeed. And then we have superintendents buying wedding dresses with public funds. Isn't that crazy?
Could never happen to me.
Attorney General Hanaway, obviously, she had a big win. Her office was lead on the Luther v. Hoskins case. That's a big deal. But also, reading this quote, Missouri Attorney General sends cease and desist letters to 33 unlicensed dispensaries, including 2 in the Springfield area. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Also, here's her quote about the Luther case. Thanks to the hard work of our legal team, the Missouri First map stands, the rule of law is vindicated, and Missouri voters can have confidence that their legislature's work has been upheld. And I look forward to, rulings on several other cases. In the judicial branch, which is obviously the next category, don't forget about their scam alert from last week. Check your links. Don't get a virus. Please be cyber aware every day.
Don't get a virus.
Just don't do that. No one's got time for that. If you're listening to this, you don't have time to get a virus.
Exactly.
The Appellate Judicial Commission has announced demographic info related to the borough vacancy in the Southern District. They have 10 applicants, 4 are females, no minorities. 6 are employed outside the Springfield Metro. 8 are currently in the public sector, 6 of which are current judges. And the mean age is 46 and a half. So that'll be interesting to see who the next judge is there.
It's kind of young for a judge.
There was obviously a hand down from the Supreme Court on Tuesday. There were several rulings there of varying interest. You can read that at courts.mo.gov.
I see we have a PSA from MoDOT.
Yes, I decided to just add this in here. I have a PSA from MoDOT. It's that time of year. Farms will be moving equipment. Be on the lookout. Have patience on rural roads. A farmer's life depends on it. Do not hit a tractor this spring. I added that last sentence. But for real, you're going to be, what are you doing? Very busy, man.
I'm handling several things at one time.
This is how people hit tractors. You're going to turn on a rural route and you're going to hit a tractor, Jake.
Yes, yeah, I enjoy, so when I drive back.
You're familiar with semi-rural areas.
When I drive back to Kansas City, I always take 50. And I love 50 highway. It's way better than driving on 70, I think, just because it's so much more scenic.
I agree.
But, I mean, I love 70, but I like
do not.
50's rural.
50 is the best.
But it is a shame when it gets to that, one lane. It gets a real shame if there's a tractor in front of you.
Just a combine, just there to hang out.
Yeah.
So in other news from St. Louis Public Radio, wrecked truck carrying tofu stinks up Missouri town. A tractor trailer carrying tofu that crashed southwest of Rolla has been stinking up a part of Phillips County for weeks. The semi crashed March 1st on Interstate 44 near a ravine known as Tater Hollow. Local authorities say no one was hurt, but the crash scene at the 172nd mile marker is still there. One resident wrote online that the rotting tofu left behind smells similar to catfish bait. Quote, for those of you who drive by this every day and wonder to yourself, why is this still sitting here 3 weeks after the crash? You are not alone, wrote officials from the nearby Doolittle Rural Fire Protection District, which responded to the wreck. I love their Facebook page. They also had an AI post, it's like a running joke now. There's a tofu monster. Can you imagine? I have been following this very
Rachel
closely.
sent us this picture in our podcast group chat.
Unprompted.
Unprompted.
Just it.
And it caught me very off guard. I was like, is this real?
There is never context needed for text from Rachel. I'm just saying.
Because I heard the story, but then I see that post and I'm like, what is this?
It was there for 3 weeks just rotting. So anyway, from the Missouri Independent, nearly $100 million in Missouri marijuana tax revenue sits unused despite voter mandate. Voters earmarked the money for veteran services, public defenders, and substance use treatment, but Missouri budget plans would leave tens of millions unavailable for some programs. That's interesting. Can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
PBS. Democrat Emily Gregory
Some
won a
interesting
Florida
national
special
news.
election on Tuesday, flipping a state legislative district that is home to Mar-a-Lago.
That's some interesting. I mean, this cycle is going to be very interesting
It's going to be
watch.
an interesting year. It is good to be in the front row with popcorn. It's a good place to be.
Do we have any? We need popcorn for the next episode.
I buy it in bulk.
All right, perfect.
From WDAF, Fox 4 Kansas City, warning issued over possible fentanyl contamination of Barbie dolls sold at Missouri discount store.
Are you for real?
Right, yes.
My wife just bought one as a gift for somebody. like
Ooh,
on
you
Friday.
should,
Well,
you should
you might
check on
wanna
that.
check it.
Oh,
You should
no,
check
I'll
on that.
text her
Kelton.
right now.
Well, let me tell you more. Police in Independence, Missouri are warning shoppers after Barbie dolls sold at a local discount store were found to possibly been contaminated with fentanyl.
Of course it was
On
Independence.
Saturday, Independence police say they were notified by security at Cargo Largo, a lit place, that a specific
been
type
to
of
the new one?
dolls may have been contaminated. So that's interesting. There's a lot of mays. There's a lot of possibilities there.
How?
I think you can get fentanyl test strips
Kelton,
pretty
can
easily.
can you cut to my shot real quick? I have
Yeah,
a word.
yeah,
I have a
yeah,
word
yeah,
for the
here, blah, blah,
good
blah,
people
blah.
of the state.
All right, you're good.
Okay, good. Independence is not a horrible place, despite what you hear in the news. I want to apologize as a son of Independence. I want to apologize on behalf of our fine city. We are not a bunch of meth heads and white trash. We actually have some very nice people. Don't let the Mike Steinmeiers of the world stop you from believing that we're good people. Be more concerned with the fact that we have a lot of history. Good pizza, Square Pizza is
The
fantastic.
Truman Library?
The Truman Library, J.J. Rizzo, maybe Victor.
Maybe Victor.
No, Victor's fantastic. Don't let this story get in the way of you visiting Independence. Please visit Independence. Go to the Square. Have a slice of Square Pizza. Just don't let this story stop you from going to our good city. We are not all crazy.
Would you still shop at Cargo Largo?
Thank you, Kelton. The Cargo Largo is actually pretty interesting.
I love those places.
It's got a new building now over by Truman. It's like actually
Oh.
a giant warehouse. There's a
Okay.
lot more room to it now.
Well,
But
that's
yes.
exciting.
So
And last, in other news, KCUR says Los Angeles-based Metroblox says it will build a $1.4 billion AI data center in Liberty, Missouri, after the city approved a bond and 25-year tax incentive package. The news comes as Independence residents. I'm so sorry.
I clearly did not check the sheet today. I didn't bring my Defense of Independence list.
Organized against a data project there. This data center journey is very interesting to me, and we'll talk more about that
Yes.
very soon as well.
Yeah, we're gonna put a defense of the data centers up here in a second, but don't let Independence stop you from seeing it as a viable vacation destination or investment spot for business. Please don't let
Independence can raise his hand if it's been victimized by the news lately.
don't let us stop you.
See, there's Missouri Man and there's just Independence.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, Jake.
Anyways,
We have a
moving
message
on.
from our sponsor.
Yes.
This week's episode is brought to you by the America 250 Missouri Commission. As we approach our nation's 250th birthday, Missourians are leading the way in honoring our shared history and shaping the next chapter. Learn how you can be part of it at showme250.mo.gov. Follow them on Facebook. They have new content, and it is very fresh. I have a letter, so I'm going to move.
yes.
I'm moving the letter to after this because Lieutenant Governor Wassinger is obviously doing this essay contest with the kids, the youths, and I love it. But it is part of America 250, so I'm moving it. I'm sorry, guys. Dear Lieutenant Governor Wassinger, this is from an 8th grader named Leland. I love America because it represents freedom, opportunity, and the pursuit of dreams. From its founding principles to its modern achievements, America stands as a symbol of hope for people around the world. The United States was built on the belief that all people are created equal, and that belief continues to inspire me every day. While the nation is not perfect, its history is filled with courage, perseverance, and progress towards greater justice and equality. This is a tearjerker. What makes America especially remarkable is its diversity. People from every corner of the globe come here, bringing their cultures, traditions, and ideas. This blend creates a nation that is vibrant, creative, and constantly evolving. I love that no matter who you are or where you are from, you can find a place to belong in America. I also admire the natural beauty of this country. From wide open plains to towering mountains and bustling cities, the landscapes reflect the greatness and variety of the nation itself. Most of all, I love the American spirit, our determination to overcome challenges, protect freedom, and keep striving for a better tomorrow. America isn't just a place, it's a promise that anything is possible. Sincerely, Leland.
That's beautiful.
This is a beautiful letter. That's one of my favorites so far. I almost cried when I read it this morning, but you know, it is what it is.
All right, so we have a great ranking today. We're not doing a top 5 because
Right.
John Combest has given me a fantastic idea. I'd like to dedicate this segment to John Combest, if I will.
Okay.
John, this is for you. So we're going to be positioning or giving the positions for each of Missouri's congressional delegation in the on the baseball field.
Okay.
Where they'll watch.
Yes, I mean obviously happy opening day.
Yes, opening day. The real opening day.
We'll talk about it
today,
soon, right?
Is today, as we will soon find out. So Kelton and I are gonna rank these. Rachel is going to tell us
so
if
what
we're wrong or
position
not.
would Congressman Graves play on a baseball team?
Kelton, I think he'd be catcher. I
Yeah,
mean, Graves is an authoritative figure.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems like he'd be the guy that'd be catcher.
Yeah, he's commanding the field.
Yeah,
As
so
the
we're going to give
catcher.
Graves a catcher.
Okay, that's real strong.
All right, Cleaver.
Do we need to make an AI video after this?
We might need to.
Okay.
Oh, I got to update. The Senate did 20 bills, not 21.
Okay.
Maybe we can expect more from them next week. So just in case if you're still listening and you haven't tuned out because
What would
of my defense of
Congressman
independence.
Cleaver, what position would he play?
Ooh, I don't. You know. So
I like
we
first
got.
base coach.
He could be a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would honestly put him as like the field man, like the team manager.
General manager.
But then where do you put Ann?
She's
Pitcher.
pitcher.
We should text Scott.
Third base coach.
Let me see if we can get Scott in on this. What?
Just live. I mean, it's
What
amazing as
position?
he just wandered through, like he persists to do. Well, while you think about that, Kelton, what do you think about Congressman Onder? What would he play?
I'm going to put him at probably second base. He seems like a guy that can think.
Now,
on
are
his
they
feet.
all, just to be clear, is this all on the same team or just like hypothetically? Because they could.
I would say they're all on the same team.
Okay,
oh,
Team
yeah.
Missouri.
Yeah,
the baseball
this
team.
is Team Missouri. We're not
Okay.
going to include the Senate because
Congressman
we know
Burleson.
we know Eric would take it over.
Oh, Eric is first up at bat.
He would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going
He's
yard.
inspired.
He is a legendary baseball player. So what did we say? Cleaver would be coach, or would he be one of the base coaches? I think Ann would be a base coach because she would force you to do it. She'd like, all right, run. You're running. I'm actually
Yes,
not letting you
let's
come back.
go.
You're running or you're off the team.
I
So,
mean, that's kind of how it goes. Yeah.
so what base, Kelton? Third base for Wagner?
Probably third base. Making
Third
important
base coach.
decisions.
Third base coach. We might be able to get
We
Scott's.
got to write this out.
Yeah, we might be able to get Scott's opinion.
So
here
Congressman
soon.
Bell. What do you think?
I think Bell would be a shortstop.
Yeah.
I think that's strong. He's
Him at
quick.
short.
Yep.
And then
Quick.
Onder at second. That's a
Ooh, that's a
Congressman
solid
Jason
team.
Smith. What would he play?
outfield. Just one of them. Preferably
Strong.
right field.
I think,
He
yeah,
can
I think
cover a
he'd
lot
be
of ground.
right
I mean,
field.
like, is the 8th district or the 7th district geographically larger? I think the 8th is, no. Anyway, it's a big district. Congressman Alford.
He would be second baseman.
Okay.
Onder, did we say Onder
I
would
said
be
Onder
first
was
base?
second base.
Oh,
This is some hard
I
politics.
thought you said
right here.
Alford was second base.
No, I'll put Alford at second base. We can
Okay.
move Onder to third.
I think Onder third or fourth,
You're really thinking
or third or
about this.
first.
I put him at third.
Okay, third. And where's Burleson going?
Well, what's left? First base.
Left outfield.
No, I say send Burleson to first base. Mostly because you don't have anyone on first base. That seems critical.
Well then,
My daughter just started playing softball, but
I'm gonna put him left outfield.
okay.
Scott probably won't even put him on the bench, but
We're gonna have to redo this completely and replace the segment
okay,
after
so-
Scott critiques.
so here's our ranking. Combest, you can clip this if you want, or you can shit on me for this. Combest, here's our rankings. Graves is catcher. We have Cleaver as the coach. I think Cleaver being the coach makes a lot of sense. Wisdom, experience, and he's also I think he'd be a good coach.
Yeah, no, he's
I would
real
I
strong.
would play on a baseball team managed by or coached by Emmanuel Cleaver. That'd be
Yeah,
dope.
okay.
Bob Onder would be third baseman. Burleson would be left outfield. Wagner would be your third base coach because she would just ride you till you got to home, and that'd be awesome to watch. Congressman Bell would be our shortstop. I think that'd be awesome. Jason Smith would be our right outfielder, and Alford would be our second baseman. So I think we got a pretty good team here.
That's real strong.
And then if we're putting the Senate in here, obviously
We need a couple of more congressional seats. That's a bad joke. Moving on to the Royals.
Yes.
So I will say we got to take a moment for the Cardinals. They had opening day on Thursday.
They had a good game to watch.
They had that one player that hit a home run in his first time or whatever. That's a
It's
big deal.
Second at bat.
Apparently,
Weather
this was
hole.
the least attended home opener, though. It was a beautiful night for baseball, though. But the commentary today was a little interesting. Apparently, people are not happy with ownership. We'll have Scott on as a guest, and he can fill us in. But the Royals open their season Friday, March 27th at 6:15 Central Time against the Atlanta Braves. Very exciting. The roster is out, obviously. That's a little necessary. From Fox 4, I'm very excited about this, Jake, because obviously we have to go to a game this year,
Yes.
and you can do this. Fox 4,
Kelton
a
can
viral
join in.
ballpark challenge is sweeping across Major League Baseball, and it is headed for the stands at Kauffman Stadium. The 999 challenge is gaining traction among fans online, daring participants to eat
This'll be fun.
9 hot dogs and drink 9 beers over the course of 9 innings. So you can do that, and I'll watch.
Kelton, do you want to join in on the 999 challenge?
Dude, I do that while watching baseball, just to like get through it.
Awesome. What? Do you not like watching baseball?
I like college ball. College ball's more
Like
exciting.
college baseball?
Yeah,
Interesting.
college baseball is a lot more small ball oriented.
Baseball is the sport that I don't like watching on TV, but it's like I love being there live.
Yes.
But I don't like going to football games. I just don't. I'm not a big football person, but I don't really like going to football games. But I like watching it on TV because it's I don't know what the reasoning
I
is
think
there.
baseball's a good passive background sport for
Yes,
TV.
but I don't like the clock change because I liked the longer games.
No.
I didn't like the short ones because things just went so quick. I'm like, I just got here. Like, I want to sit. I want to
Yes.
enjoy. I want to spend most of my day here just sitting in the sun watching the
17
game.
innings, let's go.
Yeah, like I liked that. But
Well,
big news for the
Jackson
Royals,
County
though.
Executive Phil Avoda is very busy
Yep.
with the Kansas City Chiefs planning to move. We don't have a source on this. What's the source?
The source.
Missouri Times. That's good.
Yeah.
With the Kansas City Chiefs planning to move to Kansas and the Kansas City Royals' future still unresolved, Jackson County Executive Phil
Oh.
Avoda announced the creation of a
KMBC.
redevelopment task force to chart the future of the Truman Sports Complex.
Yeah.
I love that. If all else fails, get a group together. Let's go ad hoc and let's figure it out.
Yeah.
The group made up. Oh, sorry. You want
Oh, yeah, sure. The group made up of business and community leaders will have 90 days to evaluate options for the nearly 400-acre site once the teams depart after 2031. Officials say the process will also include redevelopment plans for the surrounding Leeds area, which it desperately needs, I will
That's
say.
really responsible.
It is. And Phil is
Don't just
positioning
leave a
himself as a
massive parking lot in
responsible person.
Raytown.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's the Denny's over there that burnt down.
It burnt down.
Yeah, the Denny's and then the dilapidated Cocoa Key.
Is the bridge?
The bridge is still there.
Is it still haunted?
Is it haunted?
It's haunted.
Was
Google it.
Interesting.
Indubitably.
But Lavota framed the effort as a long-term generational decision. So I think this is a good idea. I think no matter what, if the Royals stay there and they want to develop the area into sort of a ballpark town, I think that'd be awesome.
I really liked the renderings he showed. It was a full stadium. That's multi-use. This is long-term responsible planning, leadership. I love that.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I mean, they got 89 days. Let's go.
Yeah. It'll be something to watch. I think a new
Oh,
ballpark.
sorry, that's my microphone. I'm the worst.
I think a new ballpark will be good for the Royals. I'm excited for that.
Economic snapshot. The most up-to-date gas prices when you get our data from AAA. The national average, $3.98 a gallon. Last week it was $3.88, so it is up 10 cents since last week. The national average last year was $3.15, so that's a little bit of a jump.
Yeah.
The Missouri average this week is $3.42. Last year it was $2.88, and of course last week it was $3.38, so it's gone up 4 cents. It's a little crawl, less of a bump than national, but people are hurting a little bit there.
Yeah.
So here's hoping anything brings that down.
Yeah.
There's options, right?
And of course, our potato chip index, we will wait till next month to get the
Yes, it is
feedback
not
on
out
that.
yet. So I mean, obviously April's next week. We'll see
Yep.
how that goes.
Yeah.
Be
What's the
aware
weather
that
like?
Wednesday's April Fool's Day.
Yes. So
Yes.
we might put out a fake potato chip index to scare the markets.
I don't want to call from the Federal Reserve. Not yet.
You don't want to talk to Jerome Powell?
So the weather. So the legislative spring break has wrapped up. The Jeff City School District's on spring break this week, so I think that kind of concludes spring break season. Tree pollen is very high. So is dust and dander. Take your Zyrtec. Yesterday, Thursday, it got up to 95 degrees. Sorry, I almost swore. It was awful, Jake. It was actually awful until about 7 o'clock, and then it was absolutely perfect. And then, we're just in that time of year. March comes, in like a lamb and out like a lion, or the other way around. I don't know. March can leave, though. But next week, you can expect some nice days, some storms, etc.
Yeah.
There are some stomach bugs going around. I don't know if that's sinus drainage or whatever. I've just noticed a lot of people out, and it's a quick turnaround, so there's that. And of course, April 1st is April Fool's Day. I am very excited to do my first bureaucratic April Fool's social media. And it's a really big challenge.
I'm very interested to see what it's going to be.
It's going to be great. I'm really excited. I need to get the secretary's explicit approval on this. Are you ready for the press review?
Yeah, now that we have cameras, we didn't have them last time. This is our
know.
first press review with
I could
cameras.
actually share.
Awesome.
So as promised, Reason Magazine.
Shout out to Stephanie Bell.
A fan of Reason.
Yep.
The joys of data centers with dolphins.
Yeah.
Does Independence, Missouri know it looks like this?
No, they
I
don't.
bet they changed their mind.
If you're from Independence and you're listening to this, this is what your future will look like with that
And
data
you know what
center.
I love? They turned it into a coloring sheet inside.
Yep. Is it actually, is it the right paper?
I mean,
it is.
You could color. It's not glazed.
That's
gloss.
awesome.
Yeah. How is it? Hand.
Yeah.
I thought about this cover a lot more than maybe I should.
Here.
Oh, you need
This is great. I love this.
It's on it, yeah. So also, I got some other covers. Kansas City Business Journal is out. Shopping for crown jewels. Two of the hottest retailers are around are Costco's and Trader Joe's. One developer landed both of them. Good for them. But the reason I grabbed it, Mormon-owned land seeks TIF incentives.
That sounds about right.
Man, I'm just coming for independence today. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's the Independence episode.
I brought this for Scott. I also brought this for you. I don't know if you're getting it yet, but this is the Missouri Press News. They had their Capitol Day recently. And of course, the Attorney General, she spoke to them at the Governor's Mansion. Secretary of State Denny Hoskins spoke to them at the Capitol. It is a good one. So there's that.
We should name this episode Independence Day.
The Odessan. This is the March 19th edition. Top story, Alderman hear proposal for electric rates.
Is my cousin in there again?
I don't know.
Ace Crozen, track star.
Okay. I can start keeping an eye out. All conference honors are on page 9. Do you want me to
Ooh,
look?
yeah, let's look.
Also on the front page is Slugger. This is important.
Yes.
Look at that guy. He's so cute.
You ever seen the great picture of Cardetti in front of Slugger and the cardinal bird?
I have seen a photo.
Who's Slugger?
Slugger is the Royals mascot.
I don't see the name Crozen upon quick scan.
May not be his
Boo.
season yet.
But you can obviously look closer. I do love that they have the school menus in here. Yeah.
What are we having over at the
Monday
Odessa
breakfast
School?
is Western egg and bacon sandwich, cinnamon toast, or French toast sticks. Lunch is chicken Alfredo, Italian bread, turkey club, garden salad, cheesy okay. Off the chain, Odessa. That's exciting. I have an update in Platte County, the Platte County landmark. We have been following this commissioner versus prosecutor situation, but Fricker drops out of race 3 weeks after criminal probe becomes public from Ivan Foley, the landmark editor. He is a legend. A few weeks after it became public that he is under investigation for allegedly improperly accessing the email account of the county prosecutor, incumbent Platte County presiding commissioner Scott Fricker has withdrawn from his bid for re-election.
Somebody told him to go frick himself.
Oh.
Kelton loves that one.
Well, the landmark first confirmed the criminal investigation of Fricker with an online story on February 25th. The Missouri Highway Patrol is investigating the presiding commissioner for allegedly tampering with computer data and the computer equipment of Platte County prosecutor Eric Zond. This is the plot line I was looking for.
The VLT's biggest nemesis. Well, besides Catherine.
That's funny. Of course, there's some normal news, and that's wonderful. Easter-themed celebration returns to Zona Rosa on April 4th. Yeah.
Ooh,
But
I
anyway,
do like Zona Rosa.
This Fricker versus Zond plotline is excellent.
What's that you got there in your hand, Rachel?
I have this. I stole it. I have the first edition of the Jefferson City News Tribune magazine
Yeah.
with a lovely Stephanie Bell on the cover. Look at that.
It's a fantastic edition. We are
It
very
is.
excited
I've started
about
flipping
this.
through it. I didn't start editing it yet, but it's wonderful. I got to meet this girl, Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
She's lovely. But I'm excited. An energetic team you guys have behind magazines. Magazines are always great. We love it. Got my girl Erin in here. We love her. A recipe for an old fashioned.
Oh.
Ooh. I love this. Stephanie Bell shares her not so secret hack to doing it all. And the pull quote is, "I'm not trying to manage everything all at once." So that's interesting.
No,
But congratulations.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
I
to
remember
see
my
this.
first magazine.
Yeah. Who was on the cover for your first magazine? Or what was your first? I'm trying to remember.
It was Eric Greitens.
Yes.
I had to pull it off the press. I had a beautiful feature written. That was the second time I had to pull it off the press because we were going to run it that fall, and then there was a shooting in Ferguson, so my lead story was no longer timely at all, so we had to stop that. And then
Mr. Callahan was he in that article at all?
No.
But he was involved in that.
Was he?
I think so.
See, this was right before former State Senator Maria Chappelle Nadal, who I'm a big fan of, started Flat J. And she had like 18-inch J. Nixon faces.
Yep.
And she was just walking around being like, "Where's J. Nixon?" So anyway, that story had to change. And then the first Missouri Times Magazine, it had Eric Greitens on the cover. So that's cool. What's the Missouri Times doing next, though?
Well, right now,
Wait,
we've
hold
had
on. Where can people get this? Do we know?
We will have that announcement coming next week on where people can find that. So
I'm excited.
Be sure to stay tuned on the Jefferson City News Tribune's pages to figure out where you can get an amazing copy of its new magazine.
I love red.
Yes.
Red's a good color on a cover.
Lots of articles this week from the Missouri Times. My favorite is one I did. I did an interview with a gentleman named Fred Atkinson over the issue of rural farms and why solar is so important for it. So if you want to read that, it's a great article talking about the daily issues that rural farmers have and just how some of them are working to make sure that they're able to keep their farms and also make a little bit of money as well. So if you want to know about that, go to the Missouri Times and check out our latest issue, our latest articles there. This week in Missouri politics, our Sunday show is featuring Senator Cindy O'Loughlin. So that is going to be a great one to watch. She is always fantastic to talk to and always has lots to say.
Absolutely.
So if you want to keep an eye for that, make sure to keep an eye on our Sunday show for This Week in Missouri Politics.
Kelton, who won the week?
Who won the week?
Who won the week, Kelton?
You know, I'm gonna say the Jefferson City News Tribune team because they did some live streams with the school candidates, and then I think earlier this week they did some streams with the city council candidates.
Mm-hmm.
They had never done anything like that before, and I think they all did fantastic. And I've heard great things about that news coverage.
Yeah.
So that was good. That was fun.
Rachel, who won the week?
Honestly, absolutely. Just to tag on that, that was good. I watched the forums; they were great. Aaron obviously did a wonderful job.
Aaron did fantastic.
Mia did wonderful. Jack did wonderful.
Steffi
wonderful.
did great as well, and Mia during the first streams and stuff. It was great. It was.
Yes.
I'm really proud of all of them for doing that.
Well, obviously, Missouri Secretary of State Denny Hoskins won the week, but for real, the Missouri Secretary of State's office won the week this week. They are dealing with a lot of very interesting things.
Got some big
They're
wins.
handling it with grace and experience, and they are doing good work over there for real.
I have 4 people who won the week.
4 people.
Yes.
And none of
Be
them are
allowed.
me.
2 of them go together, kind of. Stephanie Bell and Mark Ellinger, I think, won the week. Huge case to win in that Luther versus
Yes,
Hoskins
there were a
case.
lot of lawyers there.
Yes, and Stephanie wasn't even in town when the announcement came. She was like, "I'm going on vacation. I'm done with this."
She is a white. I mean, I think we thought the handout was going to come on the 31st.
Yeah.
But good for her getting out, taking a break. It's important to balance and choose balance.
Huge win for Missouri's iconic lawyer duo there. Bryce Beal, I think, also wins the week. He handled, when he was in the Attorney General's office under Bailey, he handled the case dealing with the voter ID. So that was another case that got
That was an
decided this
interesting
week.
case.
So I gotta say Bryce Beal, my buddy Bryce Beal, won the week, and I'm gonna say Kelton won the week.
Well-
Kelton was the man behind the screen doing all those live streams this week, and he did a fantastic job. And I'm very proud of my buddy over there in the sock hat. Kelton, if you can cut to your camera real quick, so we can all be proud of your.
Oh, look at that.
There you go. I'm proud of my buddy Kelton Turner.
He did good. He did good enough this week that I'm going to give him some grace on a misspelling.
Oh, I fixed that.
We're going to fix it.
You know what? I'll pull it up right now.
Well, Jake, thanks for having me. I can't wait to come back next week.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on the MOLEG podcast. We hope you'll join us next week.